And welcome back. It's day number 3 here in Paris at the World Space Business Week. And we are here at a very special event, SPIN, as you can see. That stands for Space Innovation Summit. And that's the first edition. And we're here. Of course we're here. What can you expect? I'm here with you this morning together with my co-host, Laura Todd. Laura, how are you doing today?
I'm very good. I have a coffee in hand and I'm energizing for the day.
Because you're doing what?
I am the MC, so the Master of Ceremonies for today, which is truly a pleasure and a privilege for what I consider to be one of the most important topics is innovation, but how do we unlock it and its potential?
And innovation is close to your heart.
You know that I mentor lots of different companies and part of Creative Destruction Lab. So yeah, working with these different ideas and technologies and capabilities and helping guide them to fit into a bigger picture. So yeah, it's truly a pleasure for me.
Fantastic. And you're not nervous to talk in front of 130 people because that's what they're expecting here. So not a big number for you.
I genuinely ask them, do you want me to break out into song at any time? So if they need that, I can do that.
Great. Tell me about yesterday. What triggered you yesterday? What was your highlight yesterday?
Honestly, again, another great breadth of different topics that were covered. I have to say, though, watching Gwynne Shotwell on stage, just casually talking about, so we'll do one more launch with this old version of Starship, and then Starship.12 will move on to version 3 with new capabilities, just nonchalantly. I thought that was a highlight. And as you know, I did an interview with Charlotte Sund from the Swedish Space Corporation and Council, and she was magnificent, I thought, on stage. Talking common sense, how do we build a strategy together, how do we actually do iteration in an agile way, but working together and collaborating with different partners. So that was fabulous. And you, what was your, you spent the whole day in the Defense Summit. So
yeah,
how
of
was
course.
That?
Pretty intense, pretty good, and pretty direct this year. That's something, that was the second edition. And where last year, moving around and using words very carefully, I would say this mask felt, and we're talking really directly what we need. And I was absolutely surprised to see a higher level of German presence in uniform on stage. And I want to quote Brigadier General Schrödel: "We need freedom to act in space, or we risk losing our strategic edge on Earth." So I would say pretty clear words about the situation. So, and it was great. It's going on today. So our colleague Yvette Gonzalez is there and will report for us from that event later this evening. So this morning you have a guest here. You have the man behind this great idea here in the show, and introduce him, and I'm moving out of the picture.
Right, because I can't have two tall people stood next to me at the same time. So it's my pleasure to introduce Thomas Tanghe, who is the genius brain behind this idea, which touches on exactly what Torsten has just talked about, freedom to act in space. So Thomas, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you on our little intro for the day. Thomas, what was your inspiration for this idea?
Well, everybody knows World Space Business Week and the amazing opportunity it offers for networking, for doing deals. But as you know, it's not super accessible for the early stage startups, and early stage startups are our future. They bring innovation that we need in the space industry. And so basically we designed a program that is a sort of condensed World Space Business Week version, same high-level speakers, same interesting panels, but our focus is a little bit different. We're going to focus more on the learnings of successful entrepreneurs, of corporates that have worked with innovation, and of investors, of course, who fund the ventures.
Always important people, the ones with the money. But no, I genuinely, it's such a unique idea, and I think I'm going to say this right now, and Torsten can shout at me later, but I think we should have you for the outroad, because we want to give homework to people today, do we not?
We actually do.
We do. We'll save that for later, though, at the end of the day, because we don't want to surprise all the guests and the attendees before they learn what that homework is. But is there anything else? Is there any particular highlight for today that you're particularly looking forward to?
I think all the panels, so we have 4 panels and 4 more intimate keynotes or fireside chats, and I think they're all very pertinent for space startups. We start with the disruptive tech that drives innovation. We have a panel on the in-space economy, a new market segment of the space economy. We'll touch on dual use. And dual use is for startups not so easy, making sure that there's military operational capabilities with military standards is something else than doing it for space. So for space startups, a bit of a challenge. And of course, as you said, the ones that fund it will have private equity, investment bankers, and VC giving their view on how to deal with all these new things in the space startup landscape.
Which is already exciting as an agenda, but if I may, the other thing that's going to be done today is the inaugural pitch competition as well, and you've got such a distinguished panel of judges as well for that. So
no, absolutely, we'll have it's not the first edition, no. We've done it many years at World Space Business Week.
It's my first World Space Business Week.
But this year it's at the Space Innovation Summit, so the World Space Business Week Startup Challenge is here. And we'll have 7 startups pitch, and we'll see at the end of the day who actually won the pitch competition.
Oh, we shall look forward to it. Thank you so much, Thomas. And with that, Torsten's going to come back onto the camera.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Thomas. So yeah, I'm back, and I want to give my 2 cents as well, because I have the great pleasure to talk later in one of these fireside chats with the amazing Dr. Luca Rossettini from the Orbit about the failures, the learnings for the next generation of entrepreneurs, and I think that's great. And what we can announce here, that the winner of the pitch, or the 2 first winners of the pitch competition, will get the chance to do an elevator pitch with us in one of the hotel elevators here. So we have no idea how that will work, but we will figure that out, because the elevators are super crowded, but they're big enough, not Parisian, typical elevators, so we all fit in. So, anything else? Anything we miss?
No, I think we've covered it well for the day, and we'll look forward to talking to you all this evening.
No space jokes? You don't want it?
Oh, you are absolutely right.
Yesterday I was punished not to have space jokes available, and you want to double down on that.
I totally forgot. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you missed yesterday, the space joke of the morning.
Okay, so why did the EU call its new system Iris Square?
I have no idea.
Because Bureaucracy Square did not test well with the target group. I have another one. It's mean as well, I know. Why did the startup switch from reusable rockets to balloons?
Please tell me.
Okay, now the hot air things comes in, so I don't want to go into that, but it's a startup thing here, and we will see the failures. That will also happen here. What is a normal process, as we all know? And that, I think with that, we can look into a very exciting day here in Paris.
Super.
With that, SpaceWatch out.